We're playing it for you till 8 o'clock tonight right here at WPAT and WPAT930am.com around the world. And I'm glad that Pam Singer, that you actually took the time to bring down to the studio Mr. Dominic Nolfi, and it's a pleasure. And how did you guys meet, by the way?
Well,
would you like to take that one, Pam?
Sure. I think I've had the pleasure of knowing Dom almost as long as the show's been on Broadway. And I've had the pleasure of seeing him not only in the show, but in Rockers on Broadway. JT, another friend of ours from the show's gig.
Yes.
At Connolly's.
The Hudson River Rats.
By the way, I don't know if you know this, you're being YouTubed. I hope you don't mind that.
No, that's great.
That's one good feature that Dan, not only does it one of the greatest sports shows around, and also he's going to tell you about the other stations he's on, and I recommend him for the fan anytime right now, because he's like an encyclopedia of sports knowledge, but also he's very technical and he loves to do YouTube videos. So Pam, you're in another YouTube video tonight. So on that note, anything else you'd like to tell us about, you guys?
Dom is an incredible talent. He has an amazing voice. He's a great actor. And it's a real testament to him that he was able to play Tommy DeVito so convincingly, who is a little bit smarmy and not a particularly nice person, because Dom is the sweetest, nicest, kindest, most gentle-hearted guy off stage.
Isn't that nice?
My Lord.
So
I have to come every Friday here. This is fantastic.
Well, you're invited.
Look, the Jersey Boys is the engine of Jersey Boys are the fans that come back and see the show and support and really, are there to dig the music and love it, and they bring a lot of energy to us, and people like Pam we've become friendly with, And so Pam now is like the Doo-Wop Project's kind of de facto publicist.
I'm sure you know a lot of rock and roll singers.
Absolutely, yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
if you can recommend bringing one or two of them down here on the Friday the 13th, we'd be grateful.
They're going to come down. They're going to love it. Yeah.
They're here, a couple hours, plus the party thereafter. It's a rock and roll party reunion. And Pam, if you can get Frankie Valli or any of your friends to come down here into the studio,
wish.
Whatever you can do, I know you can do it.
I think Frankie's a shy guy, so.
He didn't seem so shy in Joey Reynolds' television show that night for 1 hour straight. Looked pretty good to me. But we'll have Joey Reynolds here, hopefully. But in the meantime, if anybody can recommend some rock and roll people to come down here, or some people like yourself or martial artists to join us, it would be a different type of a show, but it would actually be different, which I like. It's actually being
diversity is good. Yeah.
Diversity is good, especially playing Rolling Stones on AM radio.
Absolutely.
So Rick, tell us a little bit about. Now you have a little pain in your back, you have a pain in your spine. What other types of things do you deal with in your practice on a daily basis?
Well, the four largest areas of injuries and ailments are back, neck, knee, and shoulder. So it's probably comprises 80% of the our population that we treat. But we get a lot of foot and ankle. I'm a certified ped orthist too, which means I make orthotics and braces for people with foot and ankle problems. So we extend our services into that realm a little bit. But it's really just about restoring balance and symmetry in someone's body and helping them, achieve better health and fitness. People have an injury, they start feeling better in a little while, but what happens is your body's going through the healing process and the inflammation subsides. So you naturally feel better and you go about your daily life again after taking a few Advil or throwing a hot pack on you. However, the problem remains. The scar tissue forms and it binds the area. And this is a common scenario, and so year after year, you're re-injuring that same area and just get weaker and weaker and weaker.
Now, recovering from injuries and accidents is not just about being pain-free, is it?
Exactly. This is exactly what I'm leading into, because we get fooled by our bodies that we don't feel pain for a while, so we go about our normal activities or sports activities, and that weakness remains. So it's very important to have a skilled therapist or someone that can go in and feel those areas with their hands, manipulate them correctly, and not only free up the areas, but also then transition you into a strength and conditioning program.
Anything you'd like to tell us about the, the sort of the power and potential of advanced physical therapy?
Yes. I've been a 20-year veteran now in the pain relief industry here, and what I see day in, day out is that sometimes traditional physical therapy doesn't always work as well with doing a heat, some electric stim, some ultrasound, some generic stretching. It's okay, but the way to get people better faster and more, incur a permanent fix is to really get in there and know how to manipulate people with advanced skills and know and be able to find those injuries, old or new, that they're hiding out, whether they're at the injured area or they're, at the other end of the body that's just hiding there in a compensatory way. And know how to kind of link all those areas together to fix someone up more permanently.
Like to sing with us in a little while?
You don't want that.
How about Ron Zito, Mystical Majesty Band, I believe, Saturday, April, I believe it's 14th or 17th at 10 p.m. 14th,
April
thank you.
14th.
10 p.m. at the Ringside Pub in Caldwell, New Jersey. He's going to be singing here momentarily. And hopefully...
And talking.
And talking as well. Talking and singing makes a good sort of a segue here. And Dominic, Nolfi, I'd like to thank you for coming down here tonight. Anything else you'd like to share about your life or about the Jersey Boys or about anything about an upcoming CD or an upcoming event? We mentioned Feinstein's if you're just joining us on April 15th at 8:30 p.m. Anything else you'd like to tell us about?
Hey, I'd just like to thank you for having me and the Doo-Wop Project. We look forward to coming back and working with you again, doing some stuff.
Hey, I'd like to play all your music. I think it's a lot of fun, but we're gonna probably have you sing a little while, which will be even more fun. If you
We'll
like.
see, Teddy. We'll
We'll
see.
see. This is how we do it here. This is, you never know. Spontaneous at its best, you see? Ooh, baby. Whoa. This one's for you, Mr. JimmyHouseEntertainment.com. Hey, JimmyHouseEntertainment.com, one of the greatest entertainment businesses in New York and New Jersey, with Van Halen right here, WPAT, Teddy Smith and Bob O'Brien.